Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for a trophy list analysis video. Have not done one of these in quite a while, maybe like Death Stranding 2 or something, because a lot of the time these days, by the time I actually see the trophy list for the first time, usually on PSN profiles, a lot of the time someone already has a video or a guide up of it, such as Power Picks is a big one. But this time I have not yet seen a guide of this game, so we can talk about the trophies in Powerwash Simulator 2. For those who don't know, I am a huge fan of the original Powerwash Simulator. It was one of my favorite games from a couple years back when it first came out, just because it's such a nice, fun, relaxing, calming, just tranquil, I guess you could say, and addicting type of game. It's one of those games you could call just like super oddly satisfying, I guess. Now, that game had a relatively easy Platinum Trophy overall, and it looks like this one's going to be more of the same, but it might take longer because I think there's more jobs in the base game this time around. So, the game comes with 41 total trophies worth 1,350 points, 1 Platinum, 4 Golds, 10 Silvers, and 26 Bronzes, with the game coming out on October 23rd, 2025, aka Fallout Day, so I'll probably be playing a Fallout game that day instead of this. So the Platinum Trophy is called the Complete Performance. That's the trophy that you get upon unlocking all other trophies, for those of you who are not familiar with how trophies work on PlayStation. Then we have our presumably tutorial trophy here, all moved in. Complete the Removals Van job in career mode. Presumably that's the very first job of the game, and it's basically going to be a tutorial, because a van was the first job in the original game as well. Then we get one of our 4 gold trophies. It all comes out in the wash for completing all jobs in the career mode. I think they said there's something like 35 or 36 total jobs in this one in the base game. It might even be a little bit more than that. So I think that's definitely more than there were in the original game. So I'm totally fine with that, but people who get bored easily of this probably won't be as happy about it. But to me, I have no issue with that. I'm glad to get more power washing pretty much. Then we get a few consecutive upgrade trophies, which is similar to how they were in the first game. So we have Leading Light, a bronze, for owning a light-duty washer and all of its attachments at the same time. Happy Medium, for owning a medium-duty washer and all of its attachments at the same time. That's a silver. Another silver for Heavy Water, own a heavy-duty washer and all of its attachments at the same time. Then a gold trophy, Consummate Professional, for owning a professional duty washer and all of its attachments at the same time. And then there's Maxed Out, for owning all washers and attachments at the same time. This is just like one of the trophies or several of the trophies in the original game, where you basically had to have each of the different types of power washers, though I'm assuming that means there might actually be more types of power washers this time around and maybe more attachments. But that's what you had to do in the original game. You had to own all of the different power washers and all of their different attachments to get several of the trophies. So there's no difference there. You just earn money as you complete jobs, and then you can spend it on your upgrades. Then we have a few what seem to be pretty easy trophies. Home Decor, that's a silver, for cleaning and placing a piece of furniture in the home base, because I know that you're able to like customize your home base, which is pretty cool. So I guess you have to clean any furniture first before you can place it, which I guess makes sense. I guess that means they're not just buying it new, which is an interesting design choice, but whatever. Taking Note, in the home base, examine an item on Harper's pinboard. That sounds very self-explanatory. Geocaching, in the home base, select a job using the job map. Self-explanatory and probably unmissable. Gnome from Home, in the gnome base, find and pick up the hidden gnome. Probably won't be too hard to find, but if you struggle with it for any reason, I'm sure that there'll be at least a few guides out there, a few short videos of it. Per bonding, in the home base, pet all 3 cats. I wonder if you won't get them all until later on in the game, or if they're all already there. Then a few more really easy trophies here, still bronzes. Dressed for Success, for equipping an item of clothing. Radical Rebrand, for applying a skin to your van, and Washing with Style, for applying a skin to the washer. I assume that many of these are just items that you'll have to buy, just like you did in the first game. Also, from what I understand, soap is going to work differently in this game. Instead of having a limited quantity of it that you have to keep purchasing, it might be like actually infinite, but it doesn't just immediately act as like a giant magic clean eraser, and you'll still have to wash afterward, is what I heard, but I'm not entirely sure if that's true. Spin Doctor, a silver trophy. In the funhouse job, clean a rotating floor disc with the surface cleaner. So, just like with the original game, a huge chunk of your trophies are going to come from performing specific actions in specific jobs. It looks like not every single job will have a trophy because there's only maybe like 25 of these, so presumably not every job. Message received in the car and trailer job, clean the satellite dish first. That's a very typical way they do this. You'll either have to clean a specific object first, or clean a specific object last, or clean an object in a specific way, or perform some other random miscellaneous action like riding a vehicle or something if they're available. Flush surface. Own the surface cleaner and all of its attachments at the same time. So I think that's a brand new type of washer or cleaner in this game. That's the last gold trophy. So I think that's a brand new addition to the game, and I think I'm not actually sure exactly how it works, but I mean, that doesn't seem like it would be that hard of a trophy. I don't know why it's quite a gold. It must be expensive or something, so it's kind of a grind probably. Double top, a silver trophy. Complete any job using only the Urban X double turbo nozzle. And we have had ones like this before, especially in the DLCs, where you had to complete an entire job using only a specific nozzle, though it actually lets you pick any of them, so you can just pick whatever the shortest one is. Hatching a plant. In the bandstand job, clean the hatch last. Self-explanatory. Flying start in the rock climbing park. In the rock climbing park job, clean the pterodactyl first. Again, self-explanatory. In the doggy bath, in the dog car job, have soap on every wash task at the same time. That's actually probably not that bad, because unless there's a bunch of really, really tiny things that are hard to see, maybe that's going to be one that only has like a handful of pieces in it, like the penny fart thing in the original game, because that was only like 9 or 10 pieces you had to clean. Make it all shine. In the roller disco job, clean the glitter ball first. Self-explanatory. Staying adaptable. Complete any job using only the adaptable nozzle. That's a silver, and that's, again, pretty self-explanatory, I believe. Cosmic ordering, back to bronzes here. In the solar system job, clean the sun and then all of the planets in order from the sun. If Pluto is not there, I might crash out. Wise decision. In the shopping mall job, clean the owl first. Pretty self-explanatory. Squeaky clean. In the town floats job, clean the mouse last. Again, self-explanatory. Three-pronged approach. Complete any job using only the Prime Vista triple tip nozzle. Once again, with these, I'm sure you can just do all these on whatever the easiest job in the game is, whatever the shortest one is, so none of those should really be a problem. Floor is lava. In the stone circle job, stand on all of the pillars without touching the floor. So I guess you just have to jump from pillar to pillar, so a little bit of a platforming challenge in a Powerwash simulating game. High pressure. Complete a wash task while abseiling. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly. I think that means, the way it sort of looks in the picture, are we going to be like able to sort of hover around, almost like probably not like a wingsuit, but like some sort of a parachute of some kind, and complete a task while you're doing that, which wouldn't be particularly hard, just like get an object close to being clean and then just do this and clean the last bit of it while you're in the middle of it. That's my assumption. That's really the only one I'm not entirely sure about on this list so far, except for, well, there was like one other one, but anyway. Deep lore. In the temple interior job, descend the stairs. So that's going to be some story information, I'm sure. Drop the ball. In the gas station job, roll the ball down the playground slide. That's very similar to one of the trophies and achievements in the original game, where you had to get a ball like out of a pool that it was stuck in or something. Tea time. In the teapot room job, place a gnome on each seat. Sounds pretty easy. Where's Wooly? In the shooting gallery job, complete the Bigfoot target first. Again, pretty self-explanatory, not sure why that one's a silver. Ticket to ride. In the mini roller coaster job, ride the roller coaster for a full loop. Pretty self-explanatory. Glissando. In the funhouse job, hit all of the giant piano keys in order from low to high. So I guess that means either from left to right or right to left. I know absolutely nothing about playing a piano because I have no musical talent whatsoever, so I'm assuming that's what it means. Door to door. In the motel job, clean all of the room doors, door handles, and door numbers first. That's going to be sort of like the one in the metro system bathroom, I think it was, in the first game, where you had to clean like the toilet lid and the actual like seat and everything last, or whatever it was. Front row seats. In the theater job, clean the entire front row seating first. Hit the lights. In the campsite job, clean the lanterns first using only the red nozzle. And finally, rise and shine. In any job, fully extend the scissor lift with a gnome on it. That's one of our new pieces of equipment. So overall, the trophy list looks quite easy. It looks very, very similar to the previous game. Now, I don't know if things are going to be able to be unlocked in co-op mode, because I know that there's a bit of an expansion with co-op, and it's supposed to like save progress for both players when they're playing online. So I don't know if anything's going to be obtainable in co-op, but I assume that it will be, and that would definitely make the game a lot faster and probably even more fun. But even if you're going at it alone, I don't see any trophies in here that look particularly difficult, just very, very grindy depending on how big some of the jobs are. There's also no trophies this time around for a challenge mode, which was by far the hardest part of the original game. So if there's no challenge mode to worry about for trophies, then you're looking at like probably a 2.5 to maybe at most a 3 out of 10 in difficulty, purely because of the grindy factor of it and the potential time it might take to get through some of the jobs. When it comes to the time I would expect to see this platinum take, I don't really know, because again, it depends on how long they're going to make the new jobs. So the original Powerwash took about 40 hours to platinum, if I remember correctly, like 35 to 40. And I assume this one's going to be a bigger game with, longer jobs. So I would suspect at least 50 hours for this one, unless you're able to play it all in co-op, in which case you can definitely cut back on the amount of time. But overall, the trophies look pretty easy, so this is absolutely going to be, well, it was going to be a must-buy regardless of the trophies, but it's even better because now I'll be able to get a platinum trophy for it. Heck, I might even make it my 900th or something. Unless they announce like a Fallout 3 remaster on Fallout Day when this comes out or something, but we'll see about that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't done so already, and hype up the video. Let me know down in the comments if you plan on picking this game up, if you're a big power washing fan the way that I am. And I will absolutely 100% be playing this game and probably streaming it at times, but probably just not on release day, because again, that's Fallout Day. So, thank you guys for watching. See you back here real soon for more trophy and achievement content.